The following footage is certified PG. Pretty great.
Guess it's back, baby. I'm back. That's right.
You
I'm
don't look
back.
like you got any more sun.
Bro, I didn't get. Come on, man. It's gonna take a while for me to get tan on this at this point, man. I don't know what it is. It is what it is, man. Welcome everybody to the breakfast takes.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Yeah. Breakfast takes, guys. It's breakfast takes. Okay, calm down, everybody.
Don't let me bring Phil in from the bullpen here. Now I got him standing by.
I know he is. Oh my god. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. Yes, I am back. I don't know how back I am because I'm exhausted. You know what I mean? As soon as I got back, it's just like there's everything. Let's go. Like I'll explain it to you. All right. So check this out. Okay. We were delayed on our way back home. Okay. Because obviously it's just the things that it is, right? Like there's some with the government shutdown and all that, right? The one thing that you're going to get affected is going to be TSA, and we got affected by that, dude. There's some pictures that I'll show you later. The line was going literally outside.
Dang.
Yeah, that's how bad it was. And so, yeah, it was. But you know what, though? I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad that I'm back. I mean, but I haven't been home in like what 10 years.
Yeah.
And so it was a lot of fun, and I ate a lot. I ate too much food. Let's just put it that way. My gym workout routine is going to be ridiculous now because I need to get back into it like hardcore.
All that good home cooking, as you will.
Oh yeah,
authentic home cooking.
Yeah, bro. So, but I do apologize. Haven't been able to watch your episode with Phil. How was it?
It was good. Phil was fun. We had a great time. I'm not there yet for hosting, but I'm getting there.
Okay, it's all right, brother.
But I'm living and learning, so it was good.
But
we had fun. We talked.
You enjoyed it, though.
I enjoyed it. We talked a lot of different things. We got into some high school sports with him because he's more in tune with the high school level around here, and so we kind of bounced around a lot with a lot of different stuff. So
that's awesome. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. I didn't get back to, I got back to like a bunch of sports going on, right? Like, I mean, we had the WBC going on. We have all of the championships, the ACC, SEC. Last night was the WBC game. Then we had the selection show for the NCAA. And I looked up how many teams from North Carolina, South Carolina combined made it to the dance.
Yeah, I've got a list here as well.
Okay, so total of 7 from what I see.
Yep.
And only 2 out of your home state.
Yeah. But one of those is Phil's team, Furman.
And one of those teams is your team.
And my team, Clemson, yeah. Which I texted our buddy Mike Gorell.
Yeah,
because we're facing Iowa, his school,
school,
his favorite school. So
interesting. It's interesting.
And Iowa's opening as a 1.5 point favorite in that game as the 9 seed, and we're an 8
really.
Seed, and he goes upset alert. I'm like, slow down, bro.
Let's go.
I gave him the Justin Timberlake zoom in. It made like,
let's chill out, bro.
Come on.
Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you want to start talking, Big Ten versus ACC basketball, we can, but we'll see.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of
Although, in his defense, I will say, Brad Brownell is a famous regular season great, tournament not so great. So we'll see.
Gotcha.
But we got two other colleges that are not well known. They're smaller colleges making the dance this year. And what's surprised me, because I don't follow the women's basketball as much, is so the High Point men are a 12 seed.
Yep. They made it before, the Panthers.
Yeah, the High Point women also made it. So shout out to High Point, men and women's basketball teams making the dance this year.
Yeah, good for them, man. I'm super excited to see that. That's awesome.
The other interesting fact about the women's tournament is so South Carolina's the number 1 seed. They're out west in Sacramento.
Yeah.
The number 8 seed out there, Clemson's men's the number 8 seed. The Clemson's women are also an 8 seed.
Interesting.
And the dynamic that I want to throw out there is Clemson's women open against number 9, the real USC, Southern Cal.
Ooh, we talking. Ooh,
and the winner of that will face the wannabe USC in South Carolina. So you could have a Clemson USC versus Clemson USC, or you could have USC versus the real USC.
Oh, okay.
There's gonna be some South Carolina people that are like, okay, now let's own right now. Here, let's see.
Okay. Donnie Donnie just like firing out here today.
Absolutely, man.
I love it. Absolutely. Why not? I mean, this is what college is all about.
Yep.
Right. I mean, like college sports and all that. And so why not, dude? Like, I love this time of year. I'll admit it. I think I should be getting better, but there's so many sports that we got to keep up with.
Yep.
Like, I don't keep up with college basketball as much as I should. And I'm sure you're in the same boat as me. There's just too much going on, man.
Well, and I mean, the college game it's not as bad as the NBA, but it's just like, man, I can't get into it.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I can't.
I'm with you.
I've tried to watch Clemson play a lot, but I mean, we got a whole new team. I don't know any of these guys. They only had one guy return from last year's team, and you know who the one guy we had. They celebrated him on senior night. He's the only player Clemson has as a senior that's been there his entire 4 years.
Really?
Yeah. He has stayed with Brunel for 4 years.
What's going on, Dustin?
And it's just it's sad that college basketball has gotten to that point where it changes over even faster than the NBA now. It's like,
did Auburn make the dance? I don't know. I haven't checked.
I don't believe so. I think they were out. I think they were one of the first 4 out.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, they did not deserve to be there.
I had some, like, I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, I think they were one of the first 4 out.
They didn't deserve to be in.
Mm-mm.
It's as simple as that. Anybody that have seen Auburn play, they were not good.
Yeah.
Although, you know who made it.
Oh,
even though they didn't win the MAC championship.
Yeah.
Miami of Ohio.
Miami of Ohio, yep. And they deserve to be in, actually. I mean, they've
100%
been playing good, absolutely.
They lost one game. They were undefeated all season. I knew it was going to happen too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather you lose a regular season game, lose your unbeaten streak, than get beaten in the tournament. Because then at that point you were like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Anyways, listen, it is what it is. So, by the way, got a quick announcement. Remember we've been talking about like I am going to be playing at the Zebulon game coming up, right? So, we had to make some changes to that event. So, Donnie, June 13th. I don't know if you're going to be around.
I think that's going to work better for me, a lot better for me than
it's a Saturday, June 13th. So here's what's going to happen. All right. And I don't have the links and everything else, but once I get it, I will. All right. So it's going to be in the morning. We will be having the Sandlot game going on. Okay. So it's going to be my team, the Broken Bat Baseball Club, against the Carolina Kudzu. Right.
Okay.
And that's going to be in the morning. And then after that, a couple hours after that, we got to clear out, and then we got to let the team, get ready, practice, and all that. And then in the evening, there's going to be a game because you're technically buying a ticket to that game, but you'll be able to get into our game for free. Okay. And so you'll have the team from Australia play that night. So it's gonna. So just keep an eye out for that. Just wanted to make sure, because you're the first person that I've spoken to, like, since I've been back, really. And so wanted to make sure that you knew that. So there you go.
Absolutely, I will do my best to make that happen because I think I know we don't have anything planned that weekend. It's probably Fireflies game, but on Saturdays I usually give a lot of Saturday tickets away.
So, there you go.
Unless there's a crazy good promotion, I'll be in.
You'll be like, I'm gonna be there. Sorry, I need that promotion.
I ain't worried about the promotion. We should be able to be there. Yep.
All right, cool. So just want to let you know. So guys, your boy here, I do play. I play Sandlot baseball here in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, part of the Carolina Sandlot Collective, and we have our event coming up, which is in April, in which we are going to be. It's called the Revival, the Sandlot Revival. So we're going to have some teams from all over the U.S. are going to come hang out with us, and we're going to play all weekend at the original Durham Bowl Stadium, the original DPAP. So it's going to be very exciting. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My team plays the early game Saturday against a team from Nashville. So
nice.
I'm very excited for that. So there you go. There's that. We're going to be selling some hats and stickers. I already put an order for hats. I put an order for stickers. We're going to be selling this one that I have going on right now.
Okay.
It'll have that one and then the BB logo. So
sweet. I'll have to get me one of those. I'm planning to be there for that as well.
Did you see that MLB Raleigh's having their event too again this year?
I did. Yep. That's going to be awesome there too.
Yeah, dude. There's some steam on there now. Like it's picking up like baseball. Like, hey, Raleigh could be a legit contender for a team here in the Carolinas.
Yeah, they should. I mean, we don't need everything in Charlotte.
We don't.
As much as I like Charlotte being close to me, I'm fine with the Knights. I mean, it's like, I'm not going to go that many MLB games in Charlotte if they had a team there versus what I go to for the Knights anyway, because I do so much other.
Yeah, there's so much stuff going on. Yeah.
I mean, and Raleigh's not that big a difference in drive. So,
yeah, absolutely. Congratulations to Clemson, man. And look, you woke up early today to come and join us today. What's up, Patrick? How you doing, buddy? So, but getting back to this this bracket, right? Like I said, I pulled up. You got obviously the number 1 seed overall in the tournament, Duke Blue Devils.
Yep.
Then you have the North Carolina Tar Heels, their number 6 seed. North Carolina, NC State, the Wolfpack, they're playing in the first 4 play-in tournament. Okay. High Point Panthers, because they are the Big South automatic bid. And then the UNC Wilmington Seahawks are going to be playing because they're their CAA automatic bid. Those are your North Carolina teams.
I totally missed that UNC Wilmington.
Yep.
Where did I miss them?
Yeah, UNC Wilmington is an automatic bid.
Okay.
And then you got your team down in South Carolina, the Clemson Tigers.
Okay.
And then the Furman Paladins, who earned the Southern Conference automatic bid. So there's that.
Well, there's also Queens College. They're playing Purdue, so that's another one from North Carolina.
Are they in the 4-in? The first 4-in?
No, they were a 15 seed.
So Queens College, I missed that one. So, but hey, man, listen, good stuff. Absolutely. I like it a lot. I'm excited for this. We will be doing a bracket, you and me. Are we doing this again?
Yeah, we've got to do one.
Let's take a look here. I want to look at the bracket, the men's basketball bracket, just because I wanted to see all together. Yeah, where it is. There it is. UConn, South Carolina for women. UCLA and Texas are the top 4. Did you see that?
Yep.
And then Duke, Florida, Arizona, and Michigan are the top 4 for the men's.
Yep.
This Duke team looks good.
Yeah, they're a very good team.
I'm like, holy Jesus. Number 2 seeds, I want to see who they are. All right, number 2, UConn Huskies, and the Purdue Boilermakers, Iowa Cyclones, Iowa State Cyclones, and then the Houston Cougars. Number 3 seeds.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say Houston's another really
very good team, 100%. Number 3 seeds, Michigan State. Gonzaga. They've always been in there, man. It's been as far long as I can remember. Gonzaga's been in there.
Yep.
Virginia Cavaliers, who they play really good. Illinois Fighting Illini. Those are the 3 seeds. 4 seeds. The Jayhawks. The Razorbacks, Arkansas Razorbacks, Alabama Crimson Tide,
yeah,
and then the Nebraska Cornhuskers. All right, number 5 seeds: St. John's, the Red Storm, the Wisconsin Badgers, Texas Tech Red Raiders, and the Vanderbilt Commodores. I got to back up a little bit here. Texas Tech. What are you guys doing? And I'm talking, this is the football, Texas Tech.
Oh.
Did you see what happened?
No, Wasn't it? What do they got going on now?
So Texas Tech, in their weight room, they no longer have weight dumbbells lower than 40 pounds.
I did see that. Yeah.
That is the absolute dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Brother, when you're doing your shoulders like this, you don't need heavy weights.
No.
I can guarantee you, I can do some 40, 45 dumbbells, no problems. But when you're trying to work your shoulders, your traps, you do not need heavy weights. So I saw that JJ Watt was like, this is the dumbest thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Which it is.
I did see that. Yeah.
I was like, what are we doing here? Like, I mean, they're trying to do this whole macho thing, which backfired on them because everybody's like, what are you guys doing?
Right.
So I wanted to call that out really quick because I saw that and it's been on my mind. I've been wanting to talk about that for a while.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just like, what are you trying to show, that we're tough and we're come on.
Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah. Very stupid.
You're showing you're stupid, not
exactly. You're showing that you're a meathead.
Yep.
Number 6 seeds, the Louisville Cardinals. Then you got the BYU Cougars, the Tennessee Volunteers, and then our North Carolina Tar Heels. Okay. 7 seeds, UCLA Bruins, Miami Hurricanes, the Kentucky Wildcats, and St. Mary's Gales. All right.
You're starting to get into that mix of blue bloods and
yeah. I was just gonna say because I thought I was reading a bunch of college football teams. That's what I was reading there for a second. All right, so number 8 seeds, the Ohio State, Villanova Wildcats. Now we're getting the mix, right?
Yep.
The Georgia Bulldogs, and then your boys, Clemson Tigers.
Yep.
Okay. Number 9 seeds, the TCU Horned Frogs, Utah State Aggies, St. Louis Billikens, and then the Iowa Hawkeyes.
That's where a lot of good upsets happen. There's always a couple of 8-9s.
8-9s. Those are the ones that make it a little bit far in. All right. UCF Knights is number 10. Give me 1 second. Make sure that I got everything. Okay. The UCF Knights. Then you got the Missouri Tigers, the Santa Clara Broncos, and then the Texas A&M Aggies. Okay. Number 11 seeds, South Florida Bulls, the Texas Longhorns, the NC State Wolfpack, and then Miami of Ohio Redhawks, and then SMU Mustangs, VCU Rams. Patrick says, I've decided to be nicer this week. If this were a tournament for friends, you two would be number 1 seeds. Okay. Thanks, Patrick.
Thank you.
All right. Number 12 seeds.
Well, real quick, do you think I know Virgil would be a number 1 seed for him. Do you think 100%. Eric would be a number 1 seed?
I don't know, man. I don't know if I would put
I think he might put Eric at like a 2 or 3 seed.
3, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Just to give him a little bit of a bump down.
Yeah.
So
make him earn it.
Exactly. Number 12 seeds, the Northern Iowa Panthers, High Point Panthers, Akron Zips, McNeese Cowboys.
Eric's in the NIT.
NIT. What was it? Is it the C? What's the one that's no longer going to be doing it this year? The tournament.
I don't know.
It's the College Invitational. I think it is.
Oh yeah.
They're not in it this year.
Yeah,
they're not doing it. 13 seeds: California Baptist Lancers, Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, Hofstra Pride, the Troy Trojans, and then 14 seeds: North Dakota State.
Oh wow.
Kennesaw State Owls, Wright State Raiders, and the Penn Quakers. Number 15 seeds. Here we go. Furman, the Paladins out of the East.
Gonna make a run.
Yep. Here's your I'm sorry, and I totally missed this. The Queens University Royals.
Yep.
There it is. Tennessee State Tigers, Idaho Vandals. Number 16 seeds, Siena Saints, Long Island University Sharks. They have such a cool logo. UMBC Retrievers, Howard the Bison, Prairie View A&M Panthers, Lehigh Mountain Hawks. That ain't bad.
No.
They didn't give me the play-in, so I got to look for the play-in ones.
Well, the play-in, so the South play-in is Lehigh Prairie View. That's those two.
Okay.
And the Midwest play-in is Howard UMBC.
Gotcha. Okay, there
it is. And then the extra 11 seeds are the other first four play-in.
You're right.
NC State, Texas, SMU, Miami, Ohio.
Miami of Ohio made it in.
Yep.
Good for them. And I made a mistake, so I got to correct myself. UNC Wilmington is not in it.
Okay. I was wondering because I didn't see that, but I'm like, am I missing something? Because I know what I was looking at was kind of spread out here differently. So
UNC Wilmington did not make it. So I didn't see them. So, but hey, listen, either way, you got some 7 teams overall for both North Carolina and South Carolina. They should be able to make a good run. Specifically, you got the Blue Devils and then the Tar Heels. Those are always good teams that are going to make it far.
Yep.
You're always going to have like 1 or 2 teams that are just going to like surprise people. So you never know. Like they could make a good run in it. Like, for example, your Clemson Tigers, right? They could be one of those teams that can make it far just because they're in a position where they're an 9 seed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they had a good season. I mean, they were undefeated. Well, not undefeated, but they were very they were just running through it so good. And then they just hit a brain fart a few weeks ago against Virginia Tech. They lost to Duke, which they shouldn't. I mean, they probably they didn't. I expected they would lose to Duke anyway. And then they lost a couple of other games after the Duke game that just like the 4-game skid that just kind of killed them because they've had the team this year to have been maybe a 5 seed level. So they lost some games they shouldn't have that dropped them down to an 8. So maybe that kind of puts them in a position where they can make a little bit of a run here.
Yeah.
But their bracket, the thing is, if they win the first game, then they're going to be up against Florida or whoever the 16 seed that advances to Florida. But more than likely Florida in that second round. And then they've got, if they were to get past that, then they're facing either a Vanderbilt or a Nebraska or somebody. So, I mean, that second round matchup would be their toughest one. If they could get by Iowa and they could somehow find a way to beat Florida, they could make a little bit of a run here.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is the time
I'm kind of looking forward to it. Like I said, we hadn't watched a lot of college basketball, but
this is I was just going to say the same. Like I'm looking forward to like during the middle of the day having some games to watch. That's so much fun.
Exactly. Just put it on, watch some of these teams. That's like, oh, damn, that school actually plays pretty good.
Right.
Because in this day of NIL, there are so many teams that you ran down this list of that I'm like, holy crap, all these teams are in here. Like, it's not all just the bottom feeders of the big conferences in these, bottom half seeds. It's a lot of smaller colleges. I mean, I know there's always a lot. It just seems like there's so many more. I mean, out of the ACC, you really don't have as many as I would have thought, or the SEC. So
no,
or
you're
Big
right.
Ten. I mean, those conferences, they have a good number of teams, but they don't dominate like the 11, 12, 13 seeds, 14 seeds
like they used to.
Like they used to.
Yep. So I'm very excited just because like on Mondays I work from home.
Yep.
Right, that's my days I work from home. So I'm like, hey man, there's gonna be some games going on. I'll put that in the background all day long. I'm okay with that.
And the women, I mean, there were seven South Carolina, North Carolina teams also in the women's bracket, and we don't have to run down the whole bracket, but South Carolina,
run our teams.
Yeah, South Carolina's a number 1 seed. North Carolina is a number 4 seed. They'll play Western Illinois. Like I said earlier, Clemson's a number 8 seed against Southern Cal. Duke this is actually a North Carolina versus South Carolina team matchup. Duke's number 3 versus Charleston, the number 14 seed. NC State's a 7 seed against Tennessee. And then, like I said earlier, High Point is a 15 seed against Vanderbilt. So, 7 women teams from the Carolinas and 7 men's teams from the Carolinas.
That's awesome.
Pretty good. Yeah,
I like that a lot. I like the representation a lot.
And Duke, UNC, and NC State, both men and women, making the tournament for both schools.
Nice.
Or those schools, yeah.
Patrick says, I couldn't believe the SEC tournament. Good for the Razorbacks.
Yeah.
Carolina well represented. They are. I'm very, very happy to see how many. Obviously, this is home now, right? For me, and it's always been home for you. So it's good to see those teams in this area because, like for example, like I'm in the Raleigh area, right? You got Duke, you got the North Carolina Tar Heels, you got NC State right here. Like, and those are the big major 3 teams within this area.
Yeah,
that are going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to be insanity. So,
absolutely.
So, there's one thing I wanted to touch on, and because this is really one of the major league teams before we move into college baseball here, that I wanted to touch on something that we didn't go over at the beginning for WBC. I'm sure that we'll talk over later. But do you know how many Atlanta Braves, right? Because Atlanta is the main team here in the Carolinas. Do you know how many Atlanta Braves players are in the 2026 WBC?
Oh my gosh, no, I don't.
6 of them.
Wow.
There's 6 of them. So I'll read them to you really quick. You got they're representing the Netherlands, Venezuela, Panama, and Mexico. Ronald Acuña Jr., Ozzy Alves, Chadwick Trump, Jurickson Profar, Nacho Alvarez Jr., and Javi Guerrera.
Wow.
So the Netherlands had 3.
Okay.
Netherlands, and they were coached by Andrew Jones, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So Ozzy Alves, Chadwick Trump, and then Jurickson Profar. Venezuela has Ronald Acuña Jr. Mexico has Nacho Alvarez Jr., and Panama had Javi Guerrera.
Yeah.
So, well, Profar would have. You're right.
Yeah.
Oopsie daisy on him on that one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm still. Javi Baez got left out of the team because I guess 3 years ago, he got popped for weed.
Yep.
And that's why he's wasn't on the WBC roster for Puerto Rico. I was so pissed. And yes, as I was reading Jurickson Profar, I know that what happened with him. Biggest idiot. Such an idiot.
Yep.
For him. So there's that. Anyways, college baseball, man. I'm gonna hand it over to you, my friend.
Well, there's a lot of college baseball getting really going. I mean, we're in the meat of the season getting started. A lot of conference stuff starting. And just to start off at the top here, Clemson baseball, we dropped 2 out of 3 to Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, strong team. I knew that was going to be a tough series. They got on us 9-3 Friday night. They were pounding the ball. We came back Saturday 13-7, and then we lost Sunday as well. So we dropped 2 out of 3. South Carolina, man, I sent you something about how bad they've been doing. I mean, people here in Columbia are losing their minds right now, and they don't have a solution.
Really?
Yeah, the coach that nobody likes the coach they hired. They didn't like him as a hire to begin with. They are just stinking it up. They dropped all 3 games to Florida. So they went 0-3 this weekend.
Yikes.
And they lost 1-0 and 10 on Friday, and then they lost 3-0 and 13-3. It just kept getting worse as the weekend went on. And some people were calling for him to be fired and Monty Lee to move up, and then a lot of people were like, no, we don't even want Monty Lee. Which Monty Lee, if you don't remember, he made a name for himself coaching down in Charleston, and Clemson hired him, and that went badly. They hired him to replace Leggett. He started out okay, but he couldn't get us over the hump. And then he went down to USC or here to the Gamecocks as an assistant, and he's been an assistant on 2 separate coaching staffs. He's not a good head coach. He really isn't. He's a good recruiter, not a good head coach.
There's a distinction, right? Strict distinction between being a recruiter and being what's going on, Phil, by the way.
Yeah, good morning, Phil. Yeah, that program and Phil probably will agree, that program needs a full blow up and restart.
We're talking about your South Carolina Gamecocks, Phil.
Yeah. So they're not doing very well. And to move on, Coastal and App State played this weekend. It's pretty good games there. Coastal's a 16 seed. They had been much higher. They dropped after a couple of struggles here.
Yeah.
Like a lot of teams have been struggling some non-conference stuff.
But I want to point out something really quick. Like we're talking about South Carolina, like the way that it has been going. They're still 12-9.
Yeah.
Right. So no, I'm with you. I get it. I 100%, and with you there. Coach spared the X. Don't know why. North Carolina, NC State. That's the one team I was just about to go ahead and say something about NC State because they just beat Boston College. And NC State is the 10th in the country right now at 16-4.
Exactly.
So
South Carolina, they lost to Queens College. They've struggled with some other non-conference. They had a game a week ago here in Columbia against Charleston Southern, and I've got a friend I grew up with that played football at Charleston Southern back in the day.
Yeah,
and he posted a picture from the game, and I saw several other posts from the game, and I was like, "Oh, look, Russ, you're one of the 50 people that made it out there for the game." That place was empty. I mean, for an SEC team on a midweek game against a small college you should dominate, I guarantee I could. If they'd had a still picture, I probably could have counted every head in that stadium.
That ain't good.
That ain't good at all. I'm like, that's a sign that the fans are like, I'm done with this already.
Yeah,
and it's still a long ways to go in the season, so we'll see what happens. But
I am looking here because, okay, so let me ask you this because I'm looking at these scores here, but like, and I'm not quite sure how this works in baseball like it does in football, but has NIL also kind of helped change the way things are done in college baseball? Because you got your big programs, but also you got these other small schools that are like, they got some good poppers on that team.
Yeah, I think it has. I think a lot of these smaller schools, I mean, the small schools have always had good talent, but I think they're getting they're getting some better talent coming to these schools. There's some guys that are like, I don't want to go to the big school and be, well, it's the depth thing. That's what is really hurting. See, a lot of these guys that are playing at these smaller schools, they'd be riding the bench for a couple of seasons right now until they made their shot at the
and a lot of them are like, no, I want to play right now.
Right. And that's the thing. They can play right now. You could have, just for instance, you could have a guy that goes to App State or what's another school, like one of these guys at Queens, and be like, damn, that guy's pretty good. And then all of a sudden, a team like South Carolina is like, hey, come over to South Carolina for your senior season, whatever. They have transfer portal just as well as they do in football.
Yep.
So these guys here are looking to show what they can do, dominate at a position in a smaller school, and then jump to the bigger school and not just ride the bench. Absolutely. Get your playing time. You don't want to be just a practice player and, a midweek guy all the time in a big college just to be at the big college. And it sucks for me because I love the build of these teams. It's just not the way it is anymore. I've always loved the depth you could have at a team and be like, man, in a couple, we're got years of run here. It doesn't work that way anymore. You're year-to-year runs now. You can't just have a squad that's going to be that. Because we have a couple of guys. This was pointed out on one of the Clemson sites yesterday. There's a couple of guys that we had walk after last season, and somebody did essentially a comparison to the guys that came in and replaced them. And it's a huge difference. I mean, we had a guy that was batting 3-something, and his replacement this year is like batting 211. And, but he went to a better opportunity for him somewhere else. So that's definitely making a huge difference. But there's a lot of these schools that I didn't know about before that are they're making some name for themselves. I mean, Queens. I hadn't talked about Queens College ever. Like, I barely even knew Queens College existed. They come down here and they beat South Carolina. And I'm like, ooh, who are these guys? And next thing you know, they're doing pretty good. They're making a pretty good run. So now they didn't this weekend, going back to some of the scores. But they played against Florida Gulf Coast.
Yeah, but you see Duke Miami, that's a football score.
Oh, absolutely. So
20-10.
And that's another thing I want to get to here in a second is Duke beat Miami 4-0, lost 9-0, and then came up and won 20-10 in 7. There's a lot of 7-inning games going on right now. I mean, there's a lot of 10-run rule games.
Insanity.
And one of the ones that this is the thing that got me this weekend, the bookend of this. So I sent you guys Friday night late that Elon and UNC Wilmington were tied 7-7 in the 16th inning. That was like way late in the evening. And UNC Wilmington ended up winning that game 8-7 in 16 innings.
Whew.
And then Elon dropped the game the next day 8-0 to Wilmington. And then on Sunday, Wilmington 11-0 in 7 innings. So they went from a 16-inning game on Friday to only a 7-inning game on Sunday. I mean, it was a battle on Friday. Elon must have spent everything they had on Friday night because they didn't even score another run the rest of the weekend. UAB, our friends Johnny, Virgil, they follow UAB. UAB took 2 out of 3 from Belmont this weekend up here. The Camels played North Carolina A&T, another football score, 21-11 in 8 innings. So that game was less than 10 runs at some point going into the 8th inning. They also won 10-0, and then they dropped the Sunday game 7-4. Some of the ACC scores: Wake Forest, FSU, number 12 Wake Forest, number 16 FSU. Wake got beat 10-0 in 7 innings again, and then lost 2-0, and then lost 12-6. So, Florida State come in and run the table on Wake Forest. North Carolina went out to Cal. Patrick, we've been at Cal, remember? That's that stadium. We couldn't find the bookstore, but we found the baseball stadium.
Which is important, okay?
Is important. Number 15 UNC, 8-1, 6-2, 10-2 over Cal. So a lot of good baseball in the Carolinas. Those are just some of the ones I wanted to touch on.
Why is it that though? Like, you got a lot of other states that dominate and other stuff, but like when it comes to like college baseball, just baseball all around, North Carolina, South Carolina, Jesus, it is just chock full of like good baseball.
Yeah, I mean, every level, in my experience, I mean, I coached a lot of youth baseball before I had kids. Hey, we found the bookstore, didn't we? We eventually did, yes. We had to go around our elbow to get there, but we did find it. But my experience coaching youth leagues, travel, like before travel baseball became what it is, and I want to touch on travel baseball here in a minute too.
Oh, don't get me
Um,
started there.
All of the leagues. I mean, I know in this area where I'm at, Lexington's been huge Dixie Youth. I mean, last year the Irmo Little League team went to the World Series. Youth baseball has been huge in the Carolinas, and that program just filters all the way up. I think a lot of it has to do with the year-round weather. Because I think I don't know. It's like you would think Florida, some of these other states would have the same thing. I don't know what it is about the Carolinas. That's just they live and breathe baseball.
I
Really
love
do.
baseball, and I love me some baseball. So
Absolutely. Um, and again, back to the I saw a video this weekend where some mom was walking around the store looking at the prices of the equipment for these kids for travel baseball, and she was about to lose her mind, the cost of bats. And she's like 450, 500. And her kids come up, her daughter walks up to her with a bat, obviously softball, I guess, and like, "Mom, look at this. This is a great deal. This is a great deal. Look at this bat. Beautiful bat. One of those, bright teal color. Like, I don't even know what the brand was." Mom looks at it, she's like, "How much?" She's like, "It's only $400."
get the
Her
fuck
mom,
out of here.
her mom's like, "Only? Put that back. You're not getting that." She's like,
Bro, I'm buying for Sandlot. Granted, this is Sandlot, but like as an adult, like I'm going to Amazon to go get a bat.
right.
Give me $60, you know what I mean, on a wood bat. Like, are you out of your mind? You spending $400 on a bat?
Right.
You better be Albo Pujols or like the next, Roger Maris. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You
with
see
that.
these kids. I saw a picture of a kid and somebody posted it and they're like, if my kid wanted all this stuff for Little League, I think I'd tell him he's done. Because it was a kid that random kid from Youth Little League that's walking in and he's got like all the like necklaces. He's got the sunglasses that all the kids wear. He's got the elbow pads and the
What's
shin
up, Zach?
pads. He's got the sliding glove, all the I mean, he looked like a mini version of Aaron Judge walking up to the plate, like all this gear on and stuff. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. These kids don't need all that crap, but they want to look like the big leaguers, and the big leaguers are ones that are selling that stuff because they're wearing it.
Yeah.
I mean, they get down to first base and they have to take 6 things off. Like, come on, dude.
I told my nephew, because my nephew does travel ball now, right? And we're in that space now, right?
Yeah,
And I said, you do not need any of this shit.
exactly.
You don't. What you need to do is you wanna get ahead, start getting better at your hitting, start getting better at your fielding.
Exactly.
Dominate those 2 things, then the rest of that stuff, the stuff that you want is gonna come. But don't start trying to look good when your defensive shit. When
Right.
you cannot properly put on the first base, and then try to catch a glove or try to how to properly field a baseball. Because I said that, I told you I had this story. It's like I said with him, and like I watched him, I was like, look at your team, look at how they're fielding. All right, now look at the other team. That team is prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that one of the totals was like, if you bought all the stuff, it was looking at like, plus the fees and the travel and the hotel. I think they were looking, I think this person broke down, this mom would be spending like 16% of her annual income on her kids' baseball for 4 months of travel ball.
Out of here.
Like, if she made like 50 something $1,000 a year, she was spending 16% of her income.
No.
Like, are you crazy? There's no way. That's ridiculous.
And listen, don't get me wrong. My daughter's getting into like gymnastics and getting into cheerleading and all that. And it's expensive, dude. Going to these classes, all the stuff that you need, but like, and I get it, but I'm like, my wife and I were like, we're looking at the deals of like, all right, look, you're still growing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do not need this expensive bat that you're only going to use for maybe a year.
My kid would be using a broken in glove from Replay Sports. He'd be using a 2000s era Easton bat, and he'd be walking up there and he'd be crushing it. People would be like, he wouldn't be wearing all these batting gloves. I mean, you don't need a sliding glove. You need a batting glove on your one hand. You need a decent bat, you need a glove, and that's it.
Yeah.
And you can go out there and dominate your play on the field without all this crap.
I'd rather you get you a helmet that is gonna actually protect you, that I'll
Yep.
spend the money on. I'm okay with that
Yep.
at that point, right? You know, with the face mask, I'm good with that. That I'm okay with.
Yep.
But like when you're telling me that you're like your mechanics is shit and you're trying to overcompensate by buying a $400 and $500 bat, nah, not gonna happen.
Yeah. My kid would have incentive laced contract with me. I'd be like, you know
Yeah,
what? If you don't make any errors this season, we'll buy you a new glove next year. If you
100%.
if you bat 350, I don't care about home runs because you're a kid. You bat 350 against whatever you're playing. Okay, we might talk about a new bat because I'm going to be trying to grow you on the incentives of good play.
Yeah.
It still drives me insane that people make the kind of money they make just because they can hit 40 or 50 home runs. I don't give a crap about 50 runs in a 162 game season. What I care about is you batting 350 when you're at the plate. I want 2 hits out of you every game if I can get it. I'm a Tony Gwynn guy. Like, you study the game, you work on your hitting. I don't care if you jack. I'd rather you have 18 home runs and bat 350 than have 50 home runs.
Agreed.
It's insane. I even saw that. I mean, it's like last night watching this game, and you watch the amount of guys on the outside pitch that miss it because they're trying to pull it. And there was a guy for the Dominican. I cannot remember his name, but there was a guy late, like 6th, 7th inning, that went with the pitch because he went with the pitch. Yeah, because they held the runner, I think, at third. But the Dominican player, the pitch was low outside. He put it right over the shortstop's head in the left field. Like, you just go with the pitch. And these kids do not understand that.
Hey, is Tony Gwynn in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Because last time I checked, he was in the Hall of Fame, and he was not a home run hitter.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so let's not get ahead of ourselves and saying that the end all be all is a home run, because it isn't. Yeah. This is what really bothers me about baseball nowadays, is like we're so enamored with the home run ball that we're getting away from the mechanics. We're getting away from like the basics of baseball, right? Which is small ball. And again, listen, I'm not saying that I don't enjoy a home run just like the other dude. I was enjoying home runs. Like, I mean, it's insanity. Like the USA Dominican Republic game was decided by 3 home runs, 3 solo shots.
Yeah.
3 solo shots and great defensive play.
I mean, I'm not anti-home run. I love a good home run. I love a good home run hitter. If that's all you are, though, you shouldn't be making hundreds of millions of dollars just because you can hit home runs.
I agree.
Because, what are you doing the rest of the time you're not hitting those 50 home runs?
And I know you're a Yankee fan. Okay, so I'm going to give you this. Aaron Judge made one hell of a throw.
Oh, I was listening on the radio about that throw. They talked about his throw to third base was 96 mile an hour.
96 mile an hour. This dude was dead on. It was a BB. This thing was so beautiful. And it was funny because he goes at the end, he goes, boop. I'm like, I see you. I see you.
Well, like I said, I was listening on the radio, and when I heard the crack of the bat and the way the announcers got excited for a second there, I misheard what happened. And I was like, fuck. Because I thought we gave up a 2-run home run.
No.
And it was like, and then all of a sudden they're like, they're going to commercial. I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened? Like, I totally misheard that in the car. It was like, they came back and they're like talking about the throw. And I was like, oh, he gunned somebody out on that. Okay.
He did. Dude, it was, listen.
Was it Bo Jackson like? I want to see. I haven't even seen a replay of it. Was it like?
All right, I wouldn't say Bo Jackson.
Okay,
like, you know what I mean. But it was spot on. Like, I mean, it was a good play. Yeah. And I'm not about to give New York Yankee players their day, But man, I had to acknowledge that one. That one was gorgeous, dude. It was beautiful. He did. I gotta say, dude, it was gorgeous. And I'm not going to give too much on Eric's team, but, Witt Jr., this kid is good.
He's very good. He is very, very good. Absolutely.
Oh, my God. So USA dominated that game. Like, I'll say this. Like, I'll say it. You know what I mean? Like, was the strike zone very controversial? Yeah, 100% it was. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the USA just made an extra play and won. It's as simple as that. Like, I mean, there's no ifs or buts about it. Like, I mean, it was good pitching on both ends.
Well, and I'm excited for the game tonight, Venezuela, Italy. That's gonna be a good game. I mean, that's gonna be close to a championship type game right there.
As well, absolutely. And there was a lot of people losing their mind over Julio Rodriguez saying that like he was more excited to play a World Baseball Classic before the Mariners, and I'm like, that's country over team, dude.
Yeah. Well, and you brought this up in our text chain last night, about the excitement level of this versus some of the other things with MLB. Are they missing something here with regular season or something like that? And I told
you brought a great point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I told you, I was like, they need to promote. They don't promote the players as much as they should. I mean, you think about when we were kids, you said it a while ago, the chicks dig the long ball, the commercials we dealt with. I mean, the King Griffey Jr. commercials, the Nike commercials. I mean, what happened to Nike? Why are you not doing those Michael Jordan, King Griffey Jr. type commercials with the players today? But at the same time, this level of playing for country, it's, I mean, I don't even want the baseball in the Olympics again. Like the World Baseball Classic is like way better than it would be if they were in the Olympics. Like,
yes,
the Olympics had baseball and you got rid of baseball. You don't get it back, in my opinion. Like, you know what? We're done with you. We're not bringing it back, because everybody's like, oh, we need to have this in the Olympics. No, we don't. We need the World Baseball Classic like every 3 years. I wish they did it every other year, but at least every 3 years is good.
I'm okay with 3 years, and they haven't been decided. I looked at it, like I was looking at, because we talked about it on the podcast that's coming out at 8:00 this morning, the DAC's podcast, and I did not see. I thought that the because of COVID, they moved it to 3 years, right?
Right.
But then they were going back to 4 years. I hope they stay at 3 years, because you do not want to lose out on that momentum as fans and as an organization. Like, say, hey, let's keep it at 3. I think 3 is working pretty damn good so far.
And I think if they would do a better job promoting where a lot of these players are from. I mean, I know there's some playing where they're playing because of like family history more so than where they were born.
Yeah, we need to talk about that later, man. I have an issue with all of that.
They need to rein that in to some extent here. Now, I will say this though. It's been an advantage for some of these countries to get some better players than maybe some of their homegrown because of that. But so I don't know how that would affect the level of play of some of these teams. You have a few that are just like they're never going to be, because they only have so many homegrown talent that's that good. So I get it to some extent, but I think even like they should have like your country flag, like a little flag somewhere on your jersey. Like if you wanted to wear your 100% flag on the sleeve,
on the back of the jersey, like, you know how
back
they do
of the
like
jersey, the Batterman or whatever.
Yeah.
Get
rid of that and put your flag there.
Exactly. Put your country.
Do just the Batterman with the inlay of that flag inside of the.
Yeah, something like that. So you could be like, oh, I didn't realize that player was from that country or whatever. Or you could you build that, just a subtle little build of that tied to their country. And these players would love that, being able to promote their country flag somewhere on the uniform.
Yeah, I know I would.
Have it on the back of their batting helmets too. I mean, you see some football teams now that's starting to have
in the NFL, 100%
have the flags on the helmet. So definitely, like the batting helmet should be able to have like your country flag and maybe like a little patch on the sleeve. I mean, you could even put like a little tiny flag below the sponsorship patch that they have on there to something. Absolutely. But they've got to do a better job of promoting the sport commercial wise. Just, I mean, if I'm MLB, I'm running promos on every network, every streaming service constantly.
Agreed. 100% agree.
Yeah.
Like they need to be running it, because you don't want to miss out on that. Like you want to capitalize on this momentum that is going on, right? And I think for Major League Baseball, you need to embrace the identity. You need to embrace what is the uniqueness of this World Baseball Classic, right? Because you get to see a lot of countries from Japan, Korea, Australia, right?
Yeah.
Chechnya. You had all the Latin American countries that, like, they enjoyed baseball, like they enjoy the plays and all of that, right? And you want to see that. And I do not want to hear it from the just play baseball folks.
Right. Exactly.
I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah.
You want to do that? Start watching 1930s reruns.
Right. Yeah.
Because baseball needs to evolve.
Absolutely.
That's just my 2 cents on that.
Well, and the thing is, don't just promote the Yankees, Dodgers, Red Sox.
Agreed.
It gets tiring. I even get tired of it.
Yeah. Give me some other teams to watch, man. Let me fall in love with these small other teams in order for me to like follow some players.
Yeah. I would make the game of the week. I wouldn't always. I mean, I get they're trying to draw eyeballs to advertising, and that drives me so freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Because they think, oh, well, if we have Yankees, Red Sox, more people will watch. Yeah, but people get tired of that crap. Make it a weekly game where it's promoting some of the other teams.
Yeah.
Have a Royals White Sox game, whatever. Have something on there other than just those.
And I know we got to move on here.
Or have two games.
Yeah.
And one of them is the smaller market teams leading into the bigger market game or whatever, if you want.
I'll say this. And a lot of people may or may disagree with me here on this one. The reason why the NFL is so successful is that they're propping up all of the other teams as well.
Yeah.
You still got your Dallas Cowboys. You still got your Kansas City Chiefs and all that, right? Like, I mean, You still see that, but you see the other teams being propped up and then not having an issue with putting all those teams. Granted, it is on a smaller scale because it is a lot of less games. I understand that. I completely get that. But like Major League Baseball could do a better job, because if you keep constantly giving me the game of the week is Yankees or Boston or Dodgers, I'm tired of it. I'll turn off. I'm like, as a baseball fan, I know that you already got me, but like as a baseball fan, you turn me off and I'm going to go and watch something else.
Yeah, I mean, we always complain about the Thursday night NFL games being like shit matchups or whatever. It's like, well, it is, but they're giving those teams a format.
Absolutely, 100%.
Have a Thursday night baseball game, a Friday night baseball game that's smaller market teams.
Yeah.
You can do your Sunday night. Everybody's home on Sunday night and they want to watch the Yankees, Dodgers, Mets, Red Sox, whatever.
Yep.
But anyway.
So go ahead. You were saying?
Well, the one thing I wanted to catch on real quick before we get to the end of the show, we didn't touch on the NIT tournament. They always get left out. But I wanted to touch on a few of the Carolina teams that made the NIT, which starts tomorrow night. UNC Wilmington, you were talking about, they actually are in the NIT against Yale. And I know Patrick's going to comment here, but Davidson opens up tomorrow night with Oklahoma State.
Mm-hmm.
Wake Forest on Wednesday against Navy. So you've got at least 3 Carolina teams making the NIT tournament. The couple of others to touch on for our friends. Wichita State is also in the NIT against Wilmington. So Eric. I don't know if he'll be on the show tomorrow night. We'll have to see. He might be at that game if it's in Wichita, which I think it is, maybe.
Yeah.
And then your school, Kent State.
Kent State made the NIT.
Yep, against Illinois State. So I just wanted to touch on a few of those schools in the NIT tournament. It's funny to me that the NIT used to be the tournament over March Madness back in back in my day, my olden days.
The National Invitational Tournament. Yeah.
Actually, that was pre-me, but I do remember when the NIT meant more going into the college basketball. So I just wanted to catch that real quick with those teams.
It was CBI, the College Basketball Invitational. That's the other one that's not doing it this year due to issues.
Yeah.
Phil, I understand this part right here. No school or baseball waiting for the storms to roll in. We were sitting at dinner, the family and I, and then we get a phone call and text message that school, due to the impending weather, there was no school in our county. So like I'm going to be working from home with my daughter here today. So it is about to be interesting.
Yeah, and it's funny because you guys are actually supposed to get it worse than us, and we're west of you. It's like it's the way it's moving is there's a greater chance of more severe weather from the other side of Columbia from me, the east side of Columbia towards the coast than there is on my side. I think there's just kind of a weird lull through here. Not that we're not going to get something, but yeah, it's gonna be it's a weird day today. Weather-wise.
It's going to be. Look at Phil calling his shot already.
Yeah.
Calling it now. Furman takes down UConn.
Okay.
We're about to find out. So
that would be interesting. That would be interesting.
All right, guys, we are at the top of the hour. Thank you for joining us on Breakfast Text, where we talk about anything and everything that has to do with North Carolina, South Carolina, with a little bit of all the sports sprinkled in there as well. So make sure that you guys follow tonight. We have the Break Even Sports Show. We're going to talk about other things that are not your normal ones. So little soccer, maybe it's a little indoor football. So we'll make sure to hit that. And then tomorrow night we have the DAC Sports Show. Definitely tune in for that because we're definitely going to have a much larger conversation when it comes to the World Baseball Classic. We are going to be covering another league as well in minor league baseball for their the full branding. This is where CBM it's shining with us right now. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you follow the mayor, you follow the Dad Hat on all of the socials. We are pretty much everywhere. So give us a follow, and then we will see you guys next week, 6 a.m. Have a good night, guys.
All right.